We open this deep dive right where absolute chaos is just wrapped up. Feng Yuan, our protagonist, has pulled off one of the most audacious betrayals you could imagine. He's used the spring-autumn cicada to escape the total destruction of his clan, the Guyu village.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. It's a monumental one. He's reset.
Not just reset. He is, for all intents and purposes, crippled. I mean, given the scale of what he wants to do, we're talking about the mind of a 500-year-old schemer, but it's trapped in a body that's back down to rank 1 initial stage.
Which is the absolute bottom of the barrel in the Guye master world.
The very bottom. He's generating this weak, jade green primeval essence. It's barely enough to power the most basic goo worms.
And yet he's holding these treasures that are so far beyond his current state. It's this huge paradox. He's got the rank 6 vital goo, the spring-autumn cicada, even though it's weakened, and then other powerful goo like the rank 4 heavenly essence treasure lotus.
It's like having the keys to a fighter jet, but only having enough fuel for a lawnmower. That low-quality essence means trying to use those high-rank goo is incredibly inefficient. It's, borderline dangerous. They could drain him in seconds. He's the ultimate glass cannon, but he's almost all cannon and no glass.
But he does have one other asset, a very crucial, very volatile human asset. His unwilling companion, Binding Bing.
Ah, BNB, yes. The former Northern Dark Eye Soul physique. She's at rank 3 peak stage. This is someone who could, crush him into dust without even thinking about it.
So what's keeping her in line?
Just that one painful, very temporary link. The yin-yang rotation goo was split. He holds the yang goo, and it's constantly crying out for yang qi to survive.
So if he fails to feed it, if he lets it starve?
The link breaks. Binding Bing is free, she's healed, and you can guarantee she will spend every waking moment of her newfound freedom making sure he dies an absolutely agonizing death.
So she's the most powerful, most necessary, and probably most lethal bodyguard in the world.
That's it exactly.
Okay, so their mission, as they're fleeing the ruins of King Mao Mountain, is terrifyingly complex. First, Feng Yuan has to level up fast. Second, he desperately needs support goo. We're talking healing, defense, movement, things he just doesn't have.
And third, he has to keep Bai Ning Bing alive, under control, and pointed in the right direction, toward the big prize.
The Baigu Mountain inheritance. This whole journey is basically a brutal, high-pressure field test designed by a demon for a demon.
And that field trip kicks off immediately. It's the perfect crucible for Feng Yuan to prove, right from the get-go, that his 5 centuries of strategic knowledge completely outweighs her raw, explosive power.
This brings us to the infamous crocodile conflict. They're trying to rest on this, tropical beach, and Bai Ning Bing, who's driven by this restless combat instinct and just sheer boredom.
She can't stand waiting.
No, she just smashes a giant white egg with her chainsaw golden centipede. And this isn't just an egg, it's an alarm bell.
A huge one. It's the trigger for a 100 beast group of 6-legged crocodiles. And just like that chaos, Binding Bing, of course, is delighted.
She loves it.
She charges right in with all her rank 3 power, and she is a combat genius. She's fluid, ruthless. But Feng Yuan, who's hiding with his stealth goo, he spots 2 critical flaws. 2 things that are completely invisible to her.
Let's unpack those, because they really define the entire power dynamic shift that's about to happen. First, her ignorance.
Yeah, she doesn't know the local wildlife. She's used to the, let's say, sheltered and predictable environment of King Mao Mountain. These are wilder beasts. Feng Yuan, from way back, points out the obvious flaw. The crocodile's weak spot is its soft white belly.
Information she just didn't have. She just relies on brute force.
That knowledge gap is his leverage. But the second flaw is what really exposes her. It's stamina.
She fights brilliantly, but it's crude. There's no restraint, no efficiency.
Exactly. Against 100 beast group, even she is only human. The source says that after just an hour, she's sweating, breathing hard, and her primeval essence is getting dangerously low.
And there's this incredibly human layer to this, too. Her frustration is being compounded by her developing female physique, which she absolutely hates. She sees it as this uncomfortable, limiting burden that's hampering her.
So she's frustrated on multiple levels. She hits a wall, she throws a tantrum, demanding Feng Yuan, the rank 1 weakling, either fight or help her.
But he's just running a calculation. He waits.
He waits. He even tells her truthfully, if I had rank 3 cultivation, I wouldn't need you. He waits until she is absolutely desperate, frustrated, and psychologically ready to submit to him. He has to prove he's necessary before he makes his move.
That delay, that moment where she realizes her raw power is a finite resource that only he can replenish.
Yeah.
That is classic Feng Yuan. It's psychological conditioning.
Only when she's completely desperate and compliant does he act. He lends her the heavenly essence treasure lotus.
And the result is immediate.
Instantaneous. Her essence surges back up, refills her reserves, and she can keep fighting. That one single act proves, definitively, that her immense power is utterly meaningless without his resources and his strategic vision.
I have to ask about the risk here, though. He's lending a massive rank 4 asset to someone he controls purely through force. What if she just decided in that moment to take the gu and turn on him? Was the psychological payoff really worth losing a tool that vital?
That's a fair question, but you have to weigh it against the greater threat. If she runs or if she dies, he dies. Period. It doesn't matter what gug he's holding.
Okay.
By lending her the HETL, he's putting the resource in her hands, yes, but he's securing their immediate survival. He's investing in her dependency. He knows her ego won't allow her to be indebted to a rank 1 master, so the transfer forces her to acknowledge his value. It makes her feel both powerful and, at the same time, subservient.
He doesn't just need her to survive. He needs her to survive his way, under his control.
Precisely. He's not just using his tools for himself, he's using them as sophisticated psychological shackles for other people.
So the skirmish escalates, and it draws out the big prize, the Grand Crocodile King, 100-beast king.
Feng Yuan, still hidden by his stealth scale goo, just watches Bai Ningbing take it down. And this is where we see the immediate benefit of that spring-autumn cicada aura. The spoils, once the king is dead, are instantly refined. It completely skips the difficult, time-consuming refinement process.
And the loot he gets is so strategic. It's not just about value. He gets the carapace goo, which is basically a defensive shield for his back, better than nothing, and the really precious crocodile strength goo, a permanent physical strength increase.
But he immediately says no to using it on himself.
Right, why? He needs more power, doesn't he?
This is where his 500 years of knowledge just makes all the difference. The body of a mortal goo master has limits, structural limits. Feng Yuan already has the strength of 2 boars from before. If he adds the strength of a crocodile on top of that, without first reinforcing his skeleton, he'd cause serious, life-threatening internal injuries.
His muscles would literally tear his bones apart.
The source calls it a suicidal act. Yes, he knows the solution, but it's still a long way off. He needs the jade bone goo or the iron bone goo, which are foundational enhancements waiting for him in the Baigu Mountain inheritance.
So he can't use this incredible asset he just got.
So what does he do? He gives it to Bai Ningbing.
Of course he does.
It's a brilliant move. It addresses her primary weakness. Her raw strength is low compared to her other abilities, and it just cements her dependence on him even further. He turns an asset he desires into another control mechanism. She gets stronger, but only because he allows it.
He's always 3 steps ahead. But their journey isn't just fighting. It's pure, gritty survival. They need to rest. But the jungle at night is crawling with beasts way more powerful than crocodiles.
This leads to one of the most inventive, practical, and frankly grotesque survival tactics we see in this whole arc. They find a patch of these beast trap trees.
Carnivorous plants.
Right. They swallow large prey and just dissolve them over weeks.
And Feng Yuan's idea is just horrifying. He decides to use the massive, decomposing crocodile carcasses left over from the fight. They push the dead bodies close to the trees, crawl inside the putrefying flesh, and let the trees swallow them whole.
It's genius in a really disgusting way. Twofold. First, the plant lifts the body high up into the canopy to digest it, turning the dead crocodile into this elevated organic hotel room, safe from anything prowling on the ground.
And second, no predator is going to mess with the decomposing crocodile that smells like acidic plant juice. They're literally hiding inside the belly of a dead beast.
I have to pause here. That detail. Sleeping inside rotting, dissolving crocodile guts. It's just astonishing. It really drives home the sheer degradation and ruthlessness required to walk the demonic path. How does Bai Ningbing, the proud genius, react to being told to crawl into a belly full of rotting meat?
She's stunned initially. Speechless, amazed at his creativity, but she follows him. She drills into the crocodile and just accepts it. It's another moment that proves his knowledge, the difference between a safe night's rest and being ripped apart by night hunters. He's the leader now, no question.
But even his knowledge can't stop everything. A few days later, Bai Ningbing gets sick. A severe cold, a fever. It tanks her already limited stamina.
Even an ice soul physique can get sick.
And this moment of weakness becomes another profound lesson. Feng Yuan has to stop their journey. He uses medical supplies from his Tusita flower goo She's weak, drowsy, completely reliant on his care. He's applying medicinal paste to her body, forcing her into a passive state she absolutely despises.
And this is the turning point for her. The source highlights her realization. If not for Feng Yuan, I'd be in a critical position this time. Her rebellious tone is gone. It's replaced by this grudging respect and acceptance.
He understands her perfectly. He sees her as a demon child, this young dragon full of curiosity that won't submit to morals but can definitely be used. By consistently giving her what she needs, survival, resources, high-stakes conflict, he can subdue and direct her will.
So despite this psychological win, the main goal is still Baigu Mountain. And to get there safely, they still desperately need healing and movement goo.
Yeah.
This leads them to a high-risk target that Feng Yuan knows has exactly what he needs.
1,000 Beast King, the Lava Crocodile King.
He's targeting it specifically for the accumulating ash goo.
Right, an ideal healing goo. Its feeding requirement is incredibly easy. It just eats ordinary ashes. But Binding Bing, correctly, argues against the risk. They don't have the defense or the speed to deal with its abilities. It can create lava explosions, it has a flame stomach defense, and it can just burrow underground and escape instantly.
So Feng Yuan comes up with this complex plan to leverage its status as an illegal immigrant, a beast from underground, to lure other local beast kings into a big fight.
But fate, in the form of a much higher power, intervenes. A flash of color appears. The Swan Yuan Divine Pheasant, a myriad beast king. Rank 4 level power.
That's the universe telling them to get out of there. A myriad beast king is completely insurmountable for them.
Feng Yuan recognizes the danger immediately. They flee. An hour later, the Lava Crocodile King is dead, devoured. They sneak back later and get some scraps of meat, but the accumulating ash goo is gone. Destroyed, or it escaped.
It's just a brutal reminder. Even at rank 3, you were at the very bottom of the food chain in the real, cruel wild.
And that failure, not getting the healing goo, forces a profound shift. They move from just surviving the wild to actively hunting humans and ruthlessly manipulating animal groups for targeted gains.
This is where Feng Yuan goes full demonic mode. The first human target is Chen Kuihua, a known demonic goo master. He uses his earth communication eargrass to track her and finds out she's already weakened, poisoned by a green python.
And Binding Bing, true to form, wants to rush in immediately, strike while the enemy is weak.
But Feng Yuan, the old schemer, stops her. And this exchange is so important. His strategy isn't about immediate satisfaction. It's about minimizing risk.
Right.
He fakes a retreat after a brief skirmish. He knows that if he just gives the poison a few more days to work, it's a guaranteed win with 0 major losses. Why risk their essence and take damage when time is free?
It's the difference between a fighter and a strategist. She sees a battle, he sees an equation. He's valuing his body's integrity over a quick victory.
And his patience pays off. Chen Kuihua thinks they've left. She leaves her cave to find help, and they ambush and kill her immediately.
The spoils from her are huge. They set him up for the next stage. They find charred thunder potatoes, explosive traps, and the critical asset, the third watch go.
The third watch goo needs a deep dive all its own. It fundamentally changes the game for a lone cultivator.
It's a demonic path masterpiece. When you activate it, it accelerates the flow of time inside your aperture by 3 times. So your primeval essence recovery, your cultivation speed, nurturing your goom worms, everything is 3 times faster.
That sounds like an insane advantage. A cheat code. The drawback has to be terrifying.
It's immense. It's existential. It shaves 2/3 off your remaining lifespan. It just shrinks it down to 1/3 of whatever you had left. In a world where longevity goo are basically myths, sacrificing lifespan is the ultimate cost. You can't get it back.
So how would anyone ever use this?
Because of the world they live in, a righteous pathmaster has a clan, a spirit spring, elders to protect them while they slowly cultivate. A demonic master is alone. They face constant threats, no guaranteed resources. For them, immediate power is the only thing that guarantees survival. The third watch goo lets them rank up fast enough to survive the next week, at the cost of maybe dying 20 years earlier. It's the ultimate trade. Sacrifice a distant, uncertain future for immediate, certain power in the brutal present.
It perfectly embodies that fly or die philosophy of the demonic path. Bet everything on the here and now.
And with that boost, Feng Yuan uses a green copper relic goo and shoots up to rank 1 upper stage. His essence quality gets a nice little bump.
But he still needs resources to feed his new goo, to sustain that accelerated cultivation. Specifically, he needs high-quality monkey wine to reverse refine his 4 flavors liquor worm.
Which leads us to the horrifying yet entirely successful monkey wine heist. The wine is deep in a forest, protected by a large grass skirt monkey group led by 300 beast monkey kings.
This is not a simple smash and grab. This is a tactical siege.
And Fang Yuan's plan is just barbaric, but effective. First, they dig these layered pitfalls and arm them with the charred thunder potato goo.
Then comes the bait. And this might be one of the most stomach-turning details in this entire arc. Fang Yuan and Bai Ningbing openly and leisurely feast on the brains of the young grass skirt monkeys.
Raw.
Raw. Right in front of the horrified survivors. The source even notes it's a delicacy. Tastes like bean curd.
The psychological impact is immediate and devastating. The shrieks of the young monkeys, the sight of it all, it drives the monkey kings, their parents, their protectors, into a blind, uncontrollable rage, exactly as he calculated.
It's perfect psychology used for monstrous ends. The enraged kings charge recklessly right into the pitfalls. 2 of them are killed in the explosions, and they secure a massive supply of wine, enough to reverse refine the liquor worm and feed it for maybe 2 years.
This victory is paramount. It secures a vital, sustainable resource, and it just further solidifies Fang Yuan's reputation as a cold, effective mastermind in Bai Ningbing's eyes. She's not just following anymore, she's participating, she's reveling in the success.
And this efficiency lets them move fast. They finally arrive at their destination, Baigu Mountain, a landscape of deathly white, bone-like structures and aggressive bone beasts. This is the site of the rank 4 righteous path inheritance he knows about from his past life, the one tied to the twins, Bai Sheng and Bai Hua.
But they don't run into beasts or the inheritance site. They run right into a righteous path Bai clan scouting group. They're led by an elder, Bai Moxing, and they're secretly looking for a new spirit spring.
A direct confrontation would be suicide.
So Fang Yuan deploys his ultimate weapon. Deception, world-class acting. He leverages his knowledge of the righteous path's own sense of pity and self-interest. He pretends to be the young master Fang Zheng, a remnant of the destroyed Gu Yu clan, just looking for a new home.
He sells the lie flawlessly, feigning weakness, humility, gratitude. He even sheds heartache tears when talking about his lost family. And the juxtaposition is just incredible. He's sitting there eating the delicious grilled lamb they offer him and privately comparing its taste to the raw monkey brains he ate days before, all while weaving this complex emotional lie.
And the Bai clan leader buys it completely. She doesn't want to kill them and potentially start a war with some powerful hidden remnant clan, so she decides to manipulate them for information about that spirit spring. They're brought into the camp, housed, and put under tight, constant surveillance.
So Fang Yuan and Bai Ningbing are now guests, seemingly safe, but totally trapped. And Bai Ningbing, the restless genius, is going stir-crazy.
She's so anxious and frustrated. She's used to constant action, and the silence and pressure of the camp are just grating on her.
But Fang Yuan understands that this inactivity is just a stage preparation. He subtly extracts critical information from the clan youth. He learns about a clearing heat goo that can fix a lingering poison issue he has, and he confirms the clan is intensely interested in an inheritance rumored to be near the back mountain.
The psychological game here is brilliant. He identifies the key component of that inheritance, the innocent low-cultivation clan twins, Bai Sheng and Bai Hua, the very children fated to inherit the site.
And he sets the ultimate trap when he publicly enters the clan's hunting competition. He pits himself against their arrogant young genius, Bai Zhanlai. This whole competition is just a performance, a pretext to get access to the dangerous back mountain where he knows the inheritance is hidden.
But the real genius move is who he brings with him. He deliberately persuades the innocent, non-cultivating children, Bai Sheng and Bai Hua, to join his hunting party.
Why them?
Because they're the clan leader's direct heirs and the fated inheritors. He knows they are protected by hidden rank 3 elders.
He's manipulating the righteous path's own values. The Bai clan Gu masters willingly pave the way for them, fighting off beasts, taking heavy casualties, all to keep the twins safe, while unknowingly clearing a path for the man who's about to betray them all.
The source notes the devastating cost. Dozens of Gu masters sacrificed, 3 elders injured, just to keep Fang Yuan's little hunting party safe on the mountain. He's using their most sacred value, protecting their future, as a bulldozer to clear his own path.
So once they're deep in the back mountain, under the cover of the competition, Fang Yuan leads them directly to the hidden mechanism he remembers from his past life.
And the pretense is dropped instantly.
The moment of the reveal is just brutal and sudden. He drops the whole Fang Zheng facade. He reveals his true demonic nature to these terrified children and grabs them. He holds them hostage against their hidden protectors.
The rank 3 elders rush out, aghast, terrified for the twins. The whole camp, including the rank 4 by clan leader, is alerted. A desperate, furious pursuit begins.
Fang Yuan and Binding Bing are now rushing to the inheritance halls, which are stocked with valuable goo. Thanks to the spring-autumn cicada's instant refinement, they're just snatching up essentials. Bone spear goo, flying bone shield goo.
And critically, the foundational enhancement goo they've been after this whole time. Iron bone goo and jade bone goo.
Let's focus on that for a second. This is the structural payoff we talked about earlier, right?
Absolutely. With the jade bone goo, he can finally strengthen his skeleton. He can now safely integrate the crocodile strength goo and any others he gets later. This is the prerequisite for real strength augmentation. It moves him past the physical limits of his weak body.
But their ultimate goal is the final altar. This skull sculpture on a bone pyramid, which holds the blueprint for the mythical bone-flesh unity goo.
The inheritance was designed for the twins by Shang and Bai Hua to open it. Their kinship is the necessary blood connection, and the moment their small, terrified hands touch the gem pupils of the skull, the mechanism opens.
But Fang Yuan and Binding Bing, they don't meet the refinement criteria. They're not twins, not parent and child. The scroll says the deeper the familial feeling, the better the goo. Since they lack that bond, Fang Yuan has to resort to a monstrous modification.
And this leads us to the horrific climax, the ultimate act of cruelty that defines Fang Yuan's demonic nature.
The refinement scroll required fresh flesh.
Fresh flesh. Since they can't meet the blood relationship requirement, they have to use the fated inheritors, the children he's been manipulating for weeks.
This is the atrocity. Fang Yuan, with Binding Bing's full and active participation, brutally sacrifices the unconscious and terrified twins. He throws their struggling raw bodies into the blazing sacrificial fire of the altar.
And he doesn't stop there. He completes the ritual by severing pieces of his and Binding Bing's own forearms and throwing their flesh into the flames as well.
Wow.
This final perverse act synthesizes the two halves of the criteria, their own ambition and the victim's blood, into a functional, if maybe degraded, result.
And the refinement works. The jaws of the skull close, and when they reopen, inside is the rank 3 healing goo, the flesh bone goo, instantly refined. A powerful healing goo that can recover injuries with incredible speed.
And as a final stroke of luck, the twins had accidentally knocked open a secret chamber. Inside was the movement goo they needed most. The rank 4 footless bird, a legendary goo that can fly thousands of miles in a single day.
Giving them an insurmountable lead.
With the new healing goo instantly fixing their self-inflicted wounds, they fly away on the footless bird, leaving a trail of smoke and destruction. The pursuing rank 4 Bai clan leader can only watch in furious agony.
The source even mentions one elder, Bai Zan Wen, sacrifices himself in a self-immolation technique, turning into a fiery human torch to try and stop them. But Fang Yuan, using the footless bird's superior command, just evades the final explosion. A successful, violent escape. They've taken everything, the clan's future, their inheritance, and the only price they paid was a small piece of their own flesh.
The fallout is total. Looking at Fang Yuan, this entire arc completely solidifies his identity. His path as a true demon is now undeniable. It's achieved by sacrificing the fate of others for his own power.
Absolutely. His strategic genius was just overwhelming. He systematically used human innocence and the righteous path's own protective instincts against them. The decision to manipulate the whole clan, use their sacred rites as a cover, exploit the innocence of children, and then sacrifice the fated inheritors. It confirms his core philosophy.
Survival and ambition supersedes all morality, all human connection. He defeated an entire clan's strength with nothing but knowledge and ruthlessness.
And what about Bai Bing? She started this as a volatile genius, just chafing against his control. But this brutal environment and his tutelage, it's transformed her.
The tutelage is complete. She has found the profound excitement she was always looking for, and she found it in sheer ruthlessness. The source describes it so vividly. After they barely escape death on the footless bird, she's laughing wildly. She realizes that this high-stakes, fly-or-die existence is exactly what she always wanted.
Her latent demonic nature has been fully cultivated.
She's no longer just following him for survival. She's actively enjoying the pursuit of freedom and power right alongside him.
So the new status quo. The gains for Fang Yuan are immense. He's built a foundation for future dominance that would have been impossible any other way.
He got a complete set of vital high-rank goo. He filled every critical gap. Movement with the footless bird, high-level healing, the flesh bone go, defense, flying bone shield go, and critically, strength augmentation capacity with the jade bone and iron bone go. He can finally get the full benefit from things like the crocodile strength go.
His cultivation is up, and he has a huge, secure store of monkey wine for sustained growth. He's equipped for much tougher territories now.
But the losses for the Bai clan, they're catastrophic, irreparable. They lost their future, the twins. They lost numerous elders and gu masters who were sacrificed just clearing the path, and they suffered the ultimate humiliation of being completely manipulated by a rank 1 stray dog they mistakenly pitied.
They're furious total. But Fang Yuan and Bai Ningbing have put a massive distance between them. The immediate threat isn't gone, though, is it?
Not at all. The rank 4 Bai clan leader is relentless, consumed by grief and revenge. And you have the Tai clan investigators, led by Taio Tian. They're still on their trail. They followed the path of destruction, the crocodile massacre, the monkey pits, all the way to Baigu Mountain.
So the next step is just pure, unadulterated speed and survival. They have to leverage the footless bird to escape the pursuers and head toward the next landmark in Fang Yuan's memory, Ziyu Mountain.
And the Ziyu Mountain area is described as extremely safe during the day, but terrifyingly dangerous at night. It's bustling with powerful beasts. They're trading one dangerous environment for another, but now they're equipped with high mobility and instant healing. They've upgraded their whole operation.
This arc closes on such a powerful philosophical image, doesn't it? The one derived from the footless bird itself. Fang Yuan's final analysis of the bird is chilling, and it just perfectly encapsulates the ultimate cost of the demonic path he's chosen.
He describes the footless bird as a creature born without legs, which means it has no choice but to fly. If it lands, it's destroyed. It's perpetually in motion. And this, he says, is the embodiment of the demonic path itself. It demands complete self-sacrifice, living every moment at the highest stakes, striving constantly, knowing there's no safety net, there is absolutely no retreat.
The bird's inherent structure, no legs, no choice but to fly, is the metaphor for his entire existence. He has systematically removed every safety net, his clan, morality, pity. He's burned his bridges to the point where he cannot land. He can't rest. The only way to survive is to advance.
The theft of the inheritance, the sacrifice of the children, these acts were the final severance from humanity. He is now fundamentally incapable of going back to the righteous path. He is the footless bird, betting every single moment on the next flight.
Footless bird, spread your wings and fly, betting it all in one chance, fly or die. A perfect summation of the commitment required for this life of ultimate freedom and terrifying ambition, a truly shocking journey. We leave you to consider. If your ultimate ambition required you to systematically destroy everything that ties you to safety, would you still fly?